Kyrie Irving and I have had our differences, as everybody knows. I don't hide that. Our differences are none of y'all business, but they're differences. But it will never take away from the fact that I know that this brother is a spectacular talent. A talent that's worthy of a $200+ million contract. A talent that is box office that you walk through the turnstiles to see. A talent that we should marvel at and hopefully will be marveling at for years and years and years to come. No matter how annoying he is to me, that's the reality of his greatness. And as annoying as he is to me, and as much beef as we've had in recent memory because of the multitude of decisions that he's made as an NBA player, let me tell y'all this. Kyrie Irving is a good guy. Kyrie Irving doesn't wish harm or maliciousness upon anybody. I've had issues with his dad because of how his dad came at me. His dad is not a bad person. He gets a bit emotional and steps out of pocket, but he's not a bad person. You can't be a bad person when you raise somebody as good as Kyrie Irving is when it comes to Kyrie Irving's philanthropy, the WNBA, folks in Palestine. Trying to get water for those folks there. Some of his charitable and philanthropic actions over the years. Kyrie Irving is not a bad person. He can be annoying. I think he can be uppity and snobbish at times. But not malicious, not evil, not bad. He's not that guy. Having said all of that, it still doesn't negate the fact that this brother is just a bit loose. He's just a bit different. Did you see him on Twitch the other day? Never paid much attention to Twitch. Maybe I should. Because Kyrie Irving goes on there with his sage, his smoke everywhere, purifying the air around him because it's all impure, okay? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, people, insects, food, just the air we breathe. I mean, he has to purify the air around him. And us peons, which he has called folks at times, he just wouldn't comprehend. You understand? The elevated level of intellect that comes associated with him. So you're going to be a peon because you're just not going to get it. Okay, we understand. Kyrie Irving goes on Twitch the other day. I just want to read you a portion of the quote that he put out there. You would think that I'm the cancer in the locker room. As if basketball is an individual sport that one person is supposed to take blame for. It's 15 guys on the team, and I'm the one cancer in the room. That's what it's portrayed as. That's what they have fun doing. That's what these older, bitter gentlemen and women keep my name in their mouths every day about. That is what Kyrie Irving said, amongst other things. Again, I will remind you, it's while he's spreading sage in his personal space at that particular moment in time. Well, let's count. Let's just dissect this. Because you see, when I think that Kyrie Irving does idiotic things, I'm not calling him an idiot. But there have been a few actions from time to time over the years that, dare we say, are pretty damn idiotic. This is one of them. This is one of them. First of all, you're just one of 15 players, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, Kyrie Irving, right now, is getting paid $38.9 million. Yeah, he's one of 15. Is Tim Hardaway getting paid $38.9 million? No. He's getting paid half that. Is David Bertans getting paid $38.9 million? No. He's getting paid less than half that. How about Christian Wood, Dwight Powell, Reggie Bullock, Max Kleber, JaVale McGee, Josh Green, Are they getting paid $38.9 million? No. I love how dudes want to sit up there and go to the negotiating table and say, I'm this. I'm above this. This is the money that I deserve. But then when it's time to get on the court and step up and step out, now you just one of 15 guys. I've always had an issue with that. Because you see, when I go to the negotiating table for anybody that I work for, asking for the money that I want, yes, everybody has to do their job, but I understand that my responsibilities are more significant than theirs because I'm the one that's getting paid the bucks. I'm the face of the franchise. I'm that dude. And there's a responsibility that comes with it. I love it how guys want to gloss over that and ignore that and act like that's not applicable to them. Kyrie Irving is doing his thing. He's averaging 27 a game in his 11 games with Dallas. On 51% shooting from the field, 41% shooting from three-point range, he has been stellar. The Dallas Mavericks are 5-6. And the way they're looking right now, they might go home in the first round. Second round at best. This is not a championship roster. That's not Kyrie's fault. But you still want to be paid like a champion, don't you? When you won a championship with LeBron, you wanted to lead because you wasn't trying to be a little brother to anybody. When you went to Boston, you wanted to lead. And then you left instead of lead. They won and had more success without you than they did with you. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, significantly younger, went to an Eastern Conference Game 7 finals, Game 7, without Kyrie. Got bounced out in the second round with them. You told the fans in Boston you would stay if they'd have you and then left like a thief in the night. You were supposed to be going to the Garden with KD in New York. You convinced KD to go to Brooklyn. You rolled up in Brooklyn to establish your own legacy. In 3.5 years, after missing more than 50% of your games, you got one playoff series victory to show for it. And then in your introductory press conference in Dallas, you had the audacity to tell fans there, you did your job. You departed from the Brooklyn Nets. They were in 4th place. You were a champion, and you were talking about 4th place. Like you did your job. And now you in Dallas, who was a top 4 seed, top 5 seed when you arrived, several games above 500, and they're a game under 500 with you. Meanwhile, you're looking for $200+ million. Bradley Beal got $251 million. Zach LaVine got $215 million. John Morant's got over $230 million coming to him over the next 5 years. You hoping somebody will invest more than 1 year at a time in you. But we bitter because we bring it up. Because I'm going to assume when he's talking about those older, bitter gentlemen and women, I will remind you, Kyrie Irving, you really should respect your elders, sir. I think it's important. You know, when we think about Kyrie Irving, you talk about bitter gentlemen and women. Who's bitter? I mean, because according to you, everything isn't defined by money, right? So outside of the money that you're making, what is it you have that everybody would want? I don't know the answer to that question. It's just a question. What you should be doing is hope that you live as long as we have. You're about 31 going on 32 years old. I pray and hope to God that you live to see 55, 60, 70 with your wonderful wife, father, and family and all of that stuff. Bitter old gentlemen and women? Really? You sure about that? Sure about that? Nobody's bitter about Kyrie Irving. We just point out how incredulous we are over some of the things that you say. You're all over the place. How can you be free when this is going on in Africa? How can you be free when all of this other stuff? Because you're not in those circumstances, in those situations. It would have been more accurate if you said, how can I be happy? How can we be happy if this is going on, if that is going on, if such iniquities and insidious stuff is going on throughout this world? Yes, that's true. But if you're not the one experiencing it, you're not the one going through it, then it doesn't put you in the same circumstances as those people are. So if somebody's enslaved, that doesn't mean you're enslaved. It just means you're lamenting the fact that someone else, a brother, a sister, is going through that. But make no mistake, you're not. These are the kind of things that we're accustomed to hearing from Kyrie Irving, while the smoke is blowing all over him. And it is sage, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the problem, Kyrie Irving. Do you really think those executives that are looking at you and contemplating the possibility of giving you the money that you want are looking at that and noticing it's sage? You sure they're not thinking it's weed? You sure they're not thinking you're getting high? He's not, ladies and gentlemen. It's just sage. It's the same kind of stuff that he was spreading when he was walking around TD Bank Garden when they played against Boston a couple of years ago. It's sage. It's clear it is. To me. But to an executive that doesn't know any better, what are they going to think? What are they going to interpret? You got to pay attention to that. And you're going to have a whole bunch of people out there that's just supported Kyrie Irving, blind faith, and not taking case by case. Again, I am not sitting there saying he's done anything wrong. I'm saying that you have to pay attention to the fact of how something looks to somebody else when you're looking to get their money. You ain't giving yourself $200+ million this summer. You're looking to get that elsewhere. That's why you wanted out of Brooklyn, because Brooklyn didn't want to make a long-term commitment to you. So you wanted to go someplace else. You're hoping Dallas might do it. You're hoping the Lakers might do it. We get it. I hope somebody does it too. If Kyrie Irving, with all of his shenanigans, all of his issues, whatever they may be, if Kyrie Irving is going to show up to work, ladies and gentlemen, play that brother $50 million a year. Give him a 4 or 5 year deal. Give him a 4-year deal for $200 million. Go ahead. I don't care about anything other than him showing up to work to play. If Kyrie Irving's going to show up, pay him, because he's worth it. I swear to God, he's worth it. He is something special. Give him the money. If you can ensure he's going to show up to work. That's it. Hell, I'd go buy him some sage. To get Kyrie Irving, I'd buy him some sage and anything else he wanted. What you want? You going to show up to work? You going to play like you play? Please. What you need? I got you. I'd have sage all over the damn arena. For him. But we know it ain't that simple. We always know it ain't that simple.